I come to the garden alone while the dew is still on the roses, and the voice I hear falling on my ears, the Son of God discloses, and he walks with me and he talks with me and he tells me I am his own, and the joy we share as we tarry there none other has ever known. Hey everybody, Lady Cheryl here, and I want to welcome you to my YouTube channel. In this episode, I'm going to share with you how and why I start my seedlings inside my home in Garden Zone 8A, Mesquite, Texas. And I'm going to show you specifically how I pot up the seedlings because it's just too hot here. And my seedlings have boiled and burned and scorched in 100-degree weather in the past, and I'm just going to make sure that I don't do that this year. So for the last couple of years, I either start them outside and then bring them inside after they germinate and put them under grow lights. But this time the weather has been so up and down and so humid and so hot, and I just said, I'm not going to be a yo-yo this year. I'm going to start them all inside and keep them under grow lights until the temperatures get in the lower 90s, upper 80s, and then I'll move them to the greenhouse. So last week, I showed you, how the seeds was set up inside under my shop lights and how they germinated. And today I'm going to share how I pot them up and why I'm going to put some of them in larger cups than I normally would. Okay? All right. Let's get started. Okie dokie. Looks like I'm going to be doing a lot of potting up today. Let me see if I can remove this fabric. See all those roots, guys? Long roots. I wonder if I can remove this fabric without tearing them up. Yep, it's coming out nice and easy. These are cow peas or field peas, some people call them. The seeds were donated to me. Let me see if I can do this like this. Try to loosen that up. Yeah, it's mostly off. And that real big long root, see if you can see it this way. Right there. I'm gonna gently pull it out. So I will be potting this up this morning. And that's what this video will be about. I'm taking my seedling and I filled up this cup, inexpensive one I got at the dollar store on sale a couple years ago, making a hole nicely in there and just putting the root down and then covering it. Just backfilling it around it. Press down slightly. Now, I'm using regular potting mix. I didn't sanitize it, but I kept it in my trunk 2 weeks before I went on vacation, so that's about a month. Hopefully it was so hot in the trunk that it killed any gnat eggs or anything that's in there, okay? If not, I'll just have to take precautions. But I still think it's too hot for me to let this little seedling go outside in North Texas. So I'm going to put it under the grow lights with the rest of my seedlings. I'll come back and show you how I've got them all potted up. Here's a tip. Don't water your peat pellets from the bottom on the day you're going to pot them up, because they'll start to crumble and it's easy to break the roots off. See how long that taproot is? But you can look at the surface and see that it's dry. I didn't water them, okay? Which will make it easier for me to transplant it. This one has just germinated and it doesn't have any roots at the bottom yet. But I'm gonna go ahead and pot it up as well, because the less disturbance that you do to the roots, the easier the transplant shock will be. And get it under the grow light. Okay, here's another one that germinated in 2 days. You see only one root that has reached the bottom. Put a little hole in the center of my pot. Press down, fill it in. That's it, folks. Then I'll just water it. The less you can disturb the roots, the better survival rate you're gonna have. Press that down just a little. Okay, looking good. Now I want to show you what the seeds look like after I potted them up. They're doing really good. Some of them are really close to the light. Some of them have more ways to go as far as breaking through, but they're looking really good. Okay? And you can see I'm gonna have to eventually go in and thin some of these seedlings out. And at the top, I have seedlings. I mean, they're doing really well. All of these seedlings will be potted up. Most of them will go in solo cups, but the ones that I noticed right away that grow bigger as roots, like these field peas that Angela's Busy Bees Garden and Homestead gave me, I want to make sure that they have enough room in there to grow until I feel comfortable enough to put them outside, because we can have temperatures in the hundreds in September and a couple years even October. So I want to give them plenty of growing room. Here you see I don't have a grow light on these. Seedlings don't need it until they break through the surface. There are a few seeds that do need light, but you all will do your research. None of these seeds that I'm growing need any light until they break through. Down here, I even have more seedlings that just finally popped up a little bit, but had roots at the bottom, so I potted up them as well. Now, the next thing that I want to tell you is try to get the lights as close as you can. Now, up there, you can see that I have room to lift those up and get them a little bit closer, but I looked at them real good, and I'll take one out and let you see. Where am I? Let's take this one down and be careful. They're growing very strong and very upright. They're not leaning or anything for the light, so that's high enough. Okay? Just want to show you those. Let's put that back real careful, because you can easily drop these. And that's why sometimes I tie string or whatever around the shelves to keep everything in place. Now, the last and final thing, well, actually, 2 other final things I want to share with you today, and it's Friday. The potting mix that I use is indoor or outdoor potting mix. Therefore, I am hoping that it doesn't come with a lot of gnats. But if it does, here is the sticky paper that I will be putting up, you know, up high where the lights are, and it will attract gnats should I get them. And the other thing I'm going to do to prevent a lot of mold and mildew is to put an oscillating fan on them. You're going to start seeing them move. Slightly, you'll see some wind. Here's the fan right here. And I now have it on a higher speed, so it's getting a little breeze. The fan will toughen these up and mimic wind as if they were outside, so you won't have too much of a transition when they go outside. Put a fan on it. I want you to know that I started more seeds yesterday. They don't have the light on it just because it's covered here, but they are called strike beans. They're string beans, green beans. and they're breaking through. As soon as they break through and show a few roots at the bottom, I will be potting them up into a cup like this and just have another tray all along down here full with cups. I'm going to give you guys an idea of how tall and wide your Texas star hibiscus can grow. And I want you to know that all of the ones that you see like this are spent that have made seed pods. So there will be more seeds that I'll be able to give away. Lots and lots of flowers. They bloomed a little bit later than they normally do, and I'm sure that is because of our unseasonably cold winter that just passed. But we have a lot of blooms that are still going to bloom. Isn't it gorgeous? Just absolutely gorgeous. I come out every few days and gather them to dehydrate. And if you're new to my channel, all you have to do is just remove the little petals of the flowers, put them in a brown paper bag, and they're so tissue thin that they will dehydrate in 2 days. And you can start making tea. Okay. Grow your own, eat your own. It's not hard, you can do it. Yeah, yeah. Thank you for watching. See you real soon.